Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is the part 2 of our hip padding tutorial. So this is the finished look. You can see how beautiful it's looking. So let's get started. So this is how the half inches form looks like. You can see this is the half inches. If you measure here, you see that it's half inches. It's going to add 2 inches to your hip measurement. So it's going to make the hip measurement I'm working with be 38. So I remember when cutting out, do not add anything allowance, just cut it out, the exact measurement. So let's cut out. So this is the front. Always remember to mark it so that you know the up and you know the down. That this is the side, this is up, this is side, and this is the down part. So we are going to cut 2 of the front part and 2 of the front part, making it 4. So this one is going to be 2. This also is going to be 2. So let me cut the 4. So I'm done cutting the 4 piece. 2 for the front, then 2 for the back. You're going to join it like this. At this point, I was trimming the foam so that it will lay flat. So this is me trimming. At this point I was done trimming the hip pad, and the next thing is for us to go to the table and iron. So this is me ironing the hip pad with an ST. You need to iron it gently so that it will not shrink. So iron gently. Here I was done with the ironing, and this is me trimming the hip pad. When trimming, please always remember to add ½ inch all around the foam. So after that, you need to iron it again so that it will lay flat. Iron. So this is me indicating the up and the down part of the hip pad so that I won't make any mistake. Done indicating. So here I was done ironing the 4 piece of the hip pad. So now let's move to our sewing machine. This is me joining the front part and the back part together. Please, while joining, be careful, sew gently so that it will look neat. So with the ½ inch allowance that we added with the ST. When you sew gently, you will see how beautiful the pad will come out. I will show you. At this point, I was done joining the 2 pieces together. Please, if you have a weaving machine, use it to weave it all around so that the inside will look neat and not like this one. And always remember to trim. After trimming, we take it back to the sewing machine. We are going to sew it all around. We are going to sew it 2 times, stitch it 2 times. We'll show you the final look when I'm done stitching it. This is the final look when I'm done stitching. You can see how beautiful it's looking since I'm done stitching it all around. So the next thing is for us to place it on our skirt pattern that we already drafted. Please, if you have an overlocking machine, use it to weave it all around. And it's for us to place it on our skirt. So always remember to come down by 1 inch from your waist, because that is where the hip pad is going to start from. So mark it, then you are going to sew it down. If you don't want to sew it, you can also hand tack with your needle and your thread, but me, I decided to use my machine to sew it down. Once I'm done sewing, I'm going to show you the final result. You can see how beautiful it's looking inside. Everything is neat. Once you follow this step that I use, you see that to make an hip pad is not going to be difficult for you. You see how it's sitting very perfectly on my body. Ta-da! Oshe badass. Even without zipper, you can see how it's sitting very perfectly on my body. So thanks for watching, and see you next in my next video. Bye.